sometimes, and the transponder helps us out with that, so if we have a caution flag, we can go back to the last completed lap really quick. And now we've got the transponders picking up as they should, so they're going to double up and go green this time by. Again, 12 cars scheduled to go on this one. Only 7 will transfer to the feature event. And now we've got a problem on the 11P of Patrick Abramson as he coasts up to the top of turn 4. So we will get him pushed to the infield and maybe finally get underway here with heat race number 1 for the Ministocks. So if you're new to dirt track racing, we'll have 3 heat races tonight for the Ministocks. We have 36 of them. We start 28 in the features, so 7 transfer from each heat race. The rest go to the B main. We'll take 7 from the B main, and everybody else will be on the trailer watching the feature. Now Abramson 11P looks like he's going to start at the back. Mike Taylor pulls off, but we're going to go green this time by. Finally, Goodacre brings him to the line.
Much calamity to get this one started, but we are underway, and it's Trevor Young in that 51 machine shooting up through the middle, grabs the lead going down the back stretch.
So Young, who got a feature win last year in that 51 car, up into the lead right now. Tim Youngblood and Aaron Berwitzky, a pair of Dodge Neons, trying to chase him down as Goodacre falls back through the field a bit. Gary Hodgson from the back row up into the 4th spot already in the 49.
Yeah, doing a nice job in that orange number 49. And here comes Rob Twitchett on the inside of the pole sitter. David Goodacre going down the backstretch, but he's got the pinball on the outside line as they go 3 wide into corner 3.
Mike Giverson solidly in a transfer spot right now in that number 11 car, the Ohsweken Wall of Famer, up on the top side right now, fighting with another long-time driver here, Dave Goodacre, for that 5th spot.
Down the backstretch they go another time with Young, your leader, Rowitsky in 2nd spot. And they continue 3 wide back there for that 5th position. Goodacre in the middle, Twitchett on the bottom of the 69, and Giverson up high. So we got the 42 of Joe DeBoer going up off the track.
Yeah, he was in the fight for that final transfer, but now he's up off the end of the track, and he will fall to the tail. We'll see if he can get going again here. Looks like something's broken on the 42, and we're going to have to go yellow on this one as he parks it on the outside of turn 4.
I have to believe it might be a steering issue because it looked like that left front did not want to turn at all, and he's realized he couldn't get it off the track, so we'll wait and see. But Joe DeBoer's had a rough start to the 2016 season, Tommy.
Rough is an understatement. He was upside down very hard on opening night here, his first night in the Ministock division after moving up from the Bombers, and he jumped out of the car and told Clinton he wasn't going to be back this year, but car was back and looking pretty good for last week, and had a solid run. So I think we're finally set to go again with heat race number 1 for the Ministocks. The field has been called just a little bit here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cars now, as we lose the 42 of DeBoer and the 17 of Taylor. So we'll take 7 out of this. 10 cars restarting. 3 laps on the board and 3 to go in heat race number 1.
Back to the green flag. Kyle McKenzie will wave it to the field, and Trevor Young will lead them down into corner 1. But here comes Aaron Rowitsky on the outside line.
That number 4 has got Mario Andretti's signature on it. He got that during the preseason and brought him a little bit of luck here as he looks for the lead underneath Trevor Young into turn number 3. Can't get a good enough run that time, as Young will come around and lead with 2 to go.
2 more trips around for Trevor Young with Rowitsky in 2nd, but here comes Hodgson from the back of the pack, now challenging for the runner-up spot, and he might have enough time to take a charge at the lead.
Definitely. A lap and a half is a long time in these Ministocks, and he's up into 2nd now with a good run down the backstretch into corner number 3. Rowitsky trying to fight back. Behind them, Youngblood's 4th, Giverson's 5th, Goodacre is 6th, Twitchett is 7th and in the final transfer spot, but here comes Kevin Pauls, the rookie driver, in the 46, looking for that final transfer with the white flag in the air.
Final time down the backstretch, and Hodgson trying to get ahead of steam, got a little loose up off of corner number 2, and that might have broke his momentum. But we'll see last time through 3 and 4. Trevor Young coming to the checkered flag.
So Young will come around to get the win in heat race number 1, brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply. Hodgson will be 2nd, Rowitsky 3rd, Youngblood 4th, Giverson 5th, 6th will be Goodacre, and 7th in the final transfer will be Rob Twitchett. So that sends Kevin Pauls, Patrick Abramson, and Jamie Gooch to the B main, along with Joe DeBoer and Mike Taylor if they can get their cars fixed.
Second qualifying heat brought to you by Pinty's Delicious Foods. Tommy Gooch with the starting lineup.
Starting on the pole from Hagersville, the number 26 is Tim Newell on his outside. From Dunnville, the number 90, Chad Smelzer. Starting third from Caledonia, the Tim Sonato, number 9, that's Tim DeBoer. Starting fourth from Stratford, the number 54, Chris French. Starting fifth from Smithville, the number 6X is Mike Sarantaco. Starting sixth from Cookstown, it's the number 63 of Grandin Crumbry. Starting seventh from Simcoe, the number 88 is Adam Nye. Starting eighth from Brantford, the number 93, Chris Reichman. Starting ninth from Harley, the number 37, Rob Hoskins. Starting 10th from Beachville, number 60, that's Martin Schrader. Then from Dundas, the number 21, Jonathan Airden. And from Woodstock, the number 66 of John Janssens. So that's how they'll line up. Again, 12 cars, 6 laps of distance. Top 7 will transfer from Pinty's Delicious Foods, heat race number 2.
Adam Nye not able to get the 88 car fired, and it looks as though we will have to stay under yellow again. They're going to tell him over the one-way radio to bring it into the infield. Another thing, if you are a new spectator to Ohsweken Speedway, all of these drivers have one-way communication. They can hear our race director here in the tower. Race director Doug Leonard told Adam Nye to pull the car to the infield, so he knew where to put the car. It's one way, though. They cannot talk back to the race director.
And unlike some other forms of racing you see on TV, perhaps, they also don't have mirrors, they don't have spotters, they don't have communication with their crews. It's all about what they see in front of them and next to them and what they can hear behind them. Makes for a little bit of racing, I think.
It's a very purist sport, that's for sure. Coming off the fourth corner, the green flag is in the air, and they fan out 4 wide going down the front stretch.
So 3 and 4 wide into corner number 1, 3 wide for the lead. DeBoer on the bottom, Newell on the top, and Smelzer with a big wiggle in the 90. Keeps it off the wall, but he'll fall right to the tail as there's still 3 wide in corner 3.
Good save and did not force the issue, and we stay clean and green. Crumby with a great run on the outside, and he's been impressive in that 63. Has been Brandon Crumby.
Yeah, hasn't run too many dirt races. I believe this is his second or third night on the dirt, but he's way up front and pulling away already. The rookie behind him, Chris French, a fellow dirt track rookie in the 54, doing a good job as well.
So Crumby, your leader right now, over Christopher French, who's also been doing a very nice job in that 54. And here comes the veteran, Chris Reichman. Hard to believe we're already calling him a veteran, but that's what we're seeing in that 93 machine.
Yeah, Reichman's been here for a couple of years now, so he's a veteran compared to some of the drivers in this one. Especially, we see Mike Sarantakos pulling it to the infield. Up front, it's still Crumby, French, and Reichman. They've pulled away from that battle for fourth, which has 5 cars going after it.
Good fight back there in that pack. Jonathan Ayrton trying to make his way around the Newell 26. They'll fan out 4 wide again in corner number 1. Some great racing going on mid-pack.
So now Jonathan Ayrton in the 21 car, that black and blue machine. He's in the final transfer spot, but here comes John Janssen to the inside. Can't get a good enough run that time, and Ayrton will hold the final transfer with 2 to go.
Jonathan Ayrton in that 21 machine, really liking this new ride that he has in 2016. And I'll tell you what, it's running well for him. Third in points coming into tonight is car 21.
Well, he and Janssens have now put Tim Newell on the outside looking in for the moment. A little bit of contact in 1 and 2, and again in 3 and 4. A white flag in the air for Brandon Crumby at the front.
One more lap to decide who will have an easy ride into tonight's A main and who will have to thrash and get ready for the last chance dance. As they go through 3 and 4, Crumby is your leader as he will come down to see Kyle McKenzie with a checkered flag.
So Crumby gets the win in Pinty's heat race number 2. Second is French, third is Reichman, fourth will be DeBoer, fifth at the line is Ayrton, sixth is Hoskins, and seventh is John Janssen. So that sends Tim Newell, Martin Schroeder, and Chad Smelzer to the B main along with Mike Sarantakos.
Third and final qualifying heat for the HRW Automotive Ministock.
21X of Mark Bazine. Starting second, the points leader from Woodstock, the number 66X is Brandon Janssens. Row number 2 on the inside from Hagersville, number 23 is Dusty DeBoer. On his outside, the number 14 from Brantford, that's Shane Dixon. Starting 5th from Townsend, the number 31 is Devin Bacher. Starting 6th from London, number 97, that's Dave Silverthorne Sr. Then from Hamilton, the number 50 tonight is Lane Zardo. Lane Zardo on the number 50. Then the 21J of Jake Bazine from Caledonia. The number 2 from Hamilton is Matt Newell. Number 22 from Brantford is Brittany Myers. Number 79 from Paris is Steve Miller. And the number 96 from Hamilton is Brian Crosgrove. So we're going to see the green flag here as they creep up to the chalk line in turn number 4. Third and final heat race for the Ministocks is underway.
And off they go into corner number 1 as the pole sitter Mark Bazine did not get the start that he wanted, and troubles up in the corner.
Trouble on the 21J of Jake Bazine as well. The left rear, all kinds of problems on that one. And the looks like maybe the right front on the 97 of Silverthorne as well. So a little bit of detective work there. It makes me think maybe those two ran into each other.
Flat left rear on the 21J. That's Jake Bazine. You can see the left rear fender coming apart there.
First night out for Jake in that 21J, which looks pretty much identical to his brother's 21X up front there. So,
anyone familiar with asphalt racing in the province will recognize the Zardo name, Lane Zardo, who drives a late model of the Sunset Speedway in car number 50 here tonight. Very talented young driver and getting a taste of the dirt here this evening.
That's Chad Corcoran's Flamborough pavement car. It's still got the Lexan windshield and everything, so we'll see what he can do in that car. But up front, green flag is underway here, and Jansen's in the 66X has the lead over Bazine.
Bazine taking a look to the inside line, that Burger Barn 21X. He works it off the fourth corner, but Jansen's very strong in that outside line. The current point leader leads lap number 1.
Those two cars have been the class of the field so far this season, and they're showing it right now here. The rest of the field, mostly newcomers. So Bazine and Jansen's having their way with the rest of the field as Newell in the number 2 gets to the inside on Dixon. Big wiggle from Dixon, and here comes Crosgrove for the middle for third.
Across the stripe they go another time. Good battle up at the front now as Bazine will look to the inside of Jansen's, but that 66X so strong, keeps that momentum on the high side and continues to hold off Bazine.
Yeah, this is pretty much a carbon copy of last week's feature, with Jansen's making his way around the outside to get the win. Actually, he made his way to the inside to get the win, but the whole rest of the feature was trying to get to the outside on Bazine. And so those two duking it out at the front. Behind them, it's Newell and Crosgrove side by side for third. 5th is Dusty DeBoer in the 23. 6th is Shane Dixon. And 7th in the final transfer now is Zardo in the 50 car.
2 to go, says Kyle McKenzie, to the leaders as they continue to race nose to tail. Bazine trying to get that inside line to work, but Jansen's got it wound up on the top side as they'll come to see the white flag this time by, and some good racing from third on back as well.
Zardo in the 50 car to the inside of Dixon in the 14. Steve Miller still fighting it out for a transfer spot in the 79 car as he tries to get to the outside of Zardo, but now Zardo gets around the 14 of Dixon.
Final time down the backstretch for Brandon Jansen's with Bazine right there in second spot. Lap car in front of them coming to the checkered flag. Epic Raceware Heat Race number 3 will go to Brandon Jansen's over Mark Bazine.
Fight for second on back is still on. Crosgrove's going to come around to get the second spot. Third will be Newell. 4th is DeBoer. Actually, make that 5th is DeBoer. 6th is Miller. 7th will be Dixon in the 14. And Zardo scored 8th. Although his transponder looks like it stopped working after lap number 4. So I believe Zardo will be in a transfer spot.
Time for the cool kids. Corpac Sprint Car Heat Race number 1 brought to you by Creative Edge Signs and Graphics.
So again, 6 laps of distance on this one. Top 7 finishers go to our 15-lap A feature. Everybody else loads it on the trailer and waits for next week. So it's go time here for the Ministocks, as Abramson and Taylor lead them down to the green flag. Here we go on the B-Bane. So Abramson has the early lead here. Taylor back to second, then DeBoer, Pauls, Smelzer, and Newell. Here comes Martin Schroeder with a strong run in the 60 car, and keep an eye on the 21J of Jake Bazine. Had trouble in his heat race with a flat tire, but that is a strong car there for the Burger Barn 21J. Abramson opening up the lead now in the 11P car. Up to second is the 42 of Joe DeBoer, who also had trouble in his heat race, got the 42 fixed, and he's up in his second around Taylor and Pauls, who's now trying to take third away from Taylor. So 2 laps in, 4 to go. Abramson's the leader, DeBoer second. Pauls is third, then it's Taylor and Schroeder. Those will round out your top 5. Then Newell and Jake Bazine, the 21J, puts Tim Newell in the 26 back to the 7th spot. So the 26 is your bubble car. The 90 and the 88. 90 Chad Smelzer, 88 of Adam Nye. They're on the outside looking in here, trying to get that transfer spot away from Newell. Abramson way out front of this one. He's in that 11P car entering turn 3, a full straightaway ahead of Joe DeBoer, Kevin Pauls, Martin Schroeder, Jake Bazine, Mike Taylor, and Chad Smelzer. As they get the 2 to go signal, 4 laps in and 2 to go. It's still Smelzer holding that final transfer spot now in the 7 car as Newell drops out of this one with a problem on the 26. And the yellow out for fluid on the front straightaway here. So that big lead for Abramson has been erased. So 26 of Tim Newell was in a transfer spot, but problems on that car put us under yellow. After this one, we were scheduled to have the 360 sprint car B main, but that has been scratched for the night. So we will go without the B main in the sprint cars. Next up, the bomber feature. Here we go, green flag out again.
Abramson will lead them down into corner number 1 with DeBoer right there in second, then Bazine in third as they race through corner number 2 now. Schroeder with a head of steam coming off of corner number 2.
Again, Abramson opening up a big lead already in this one, coming around to get the white flag this time by the 88 of Adam Nye. He's still looking for a transfer spot, slides up and out of that fight for the transfer for the moment.
So Abramson leading the way with Bazine. Now DeBoer and Schrader in the 60 as they go side by side. Now they're going to make it 3 wide going down the backstretch as they swarm the 21J of Bazine.
3 wide for the 2nd spot, 3 wide behind them for the 5th spot. Make that 6th spot. It's going to be Abramson with the win. 2nd is Schroeder. 3rd will be Bazine. 4th is DeBoer. 5th is Smelzer. 6th is Pauls. And in the final transfer, the 17 of Mike Taylor. Those are your 7 cars who will tag the tail end of the Ministock feature. As we now get set for the bomber feature, already rolling onto the speedway. Gales Auto Aftermarket 14, the 46 Kevin Pauls, and the 17 of Michael Taylor. Here they are, the HRW Automotive Ministocks. Give them a wave as they come by. Wave flags in the air. There will be green flag for 15 laps next time by. So your front row, Trevor Young and Tim Youngblood, as we don't see Dave Goodacre at the front of this one. He elects to start at the tail of the field in that 05 car. So the inside line moves up 1 row. Tim Youngblood on the outside of row number 1 and Trevor Young on the inside. Here we go, green flags in the air. 3 and 4, 5 wide at the start of this one. Some contact as well into turn number 1 the first time. Everybody bouncing off one another, and they'll get it pointed in the right direction and head down the back straightaway the first time with Reichman at the front of this one.
Good bit of driving there, Tom, as they all show patience to back out of it and gather it back up 3 and 4 wide through this pack all the way around.
Reichman was scheduled to start inside row number 6. He'll lead lap number 1, aided a little bit by that inside row moving up 1 row, but still Reichman passing a whole bunch of cars in the inside on lap number 1.
Down the back chute they roll, running through here they take this one. It'll be Reichman with the advantage, and look at the field. 5 wide through the middle there, Tommy.
And almost up into the wall where Youngblood and Guyverson, they gather it back in. Look at Lane Zardo in the 50 car making up some passes there as he gets around the 2 of Newell and the pole sitter 51 Trevor Young. Meanwhile, it's all Reichman out front of this one right now with Chris French and Brendan Crumby now up into the top 3 and looking for more.
Still lots of action going on to the middle portion of the field as the fast cars move their way up towards the front. I see Sparks underneath the John Jansen 66 as he comes through turn 2, but it appears to be all right now.
Yeah, he goes 3 wide to the inside on Rowitsky and Ayrton. Now almost 4 wide as Tim DeBoer just up in front of them. Crumby up into second now around the 54 of French, so put Crumby into second. But French fights back on the bottom side now as they go 2x2 through corner 2, and Crumby with a big slide out of corner 2 holds that spot for now.
Yeah, he was way backwards coming through turn 2. Everybody trying to find a line. Trevor Young and Rob Twitchell will head to the pits, both with issues on lap number 4. Reichman still leads Crumby with what a season he's had so far coming over to the dirt. Looking good in every race.
And Crumby now in some clear track. We'll see if he can try to run down Reichman, that very quick number 93 car. Meanwhile, Chris French, Jonathan Ayrton, and now Jansen's and DeBoer and everybody else piling in there. The 21X of Mark Bazine up into this fight. Lane Zardo in the 50 car into the top 10 as well.
Working it here down the back chute is still Reichman with a big lead. But the guy on the move is that 50 car of Corcoran, looking very good down low.
And that's Lane Zardo driving the Corcoran 50 car here tonight. And Lane Zardo might be his first dirt track experience, but it wouldn't show for the driver of the 50 car as he started way back in the 18th position, and he's up into fighting for a top 5 spot now as Chris French gets shuffled out.
Driving very smooth out there, Tommy. If you look at that 50 car of Zardo, not pitching the back end out, very similar to the asphalt cars that he's cut his teeth on over the years, and looking very good, as you mentioned, inside the top 5.
Well, the track has come to him so far, nice and smooth and fairly tacky still. He got a little bit sideways down there in corner 2. Meanwhile, for second spot now, it's Crumby and Jansen's going at it. As Crumby will hold off Jansen's for now, they switch lanes as Reichman continues to lead.
Reichman here with the advantage, nearly half a straightaway up front. John Jansen's on the move as he challenges the back end of the Crumby 63. Crumby steps it out and Jansen's to the inside. Ayrton running in 4th with Lane Zardo holding 5th.
So it's Reichman up front of this one, but Jansen's now has gotten clear of the 63 of Crumby, and we'll see what John Jansen's can do with 5 laps left to go in this one. Jansen's ran almost half a second faster the last time by the start-finish line.
Starting to reel in the leader, but Reichman on cruise control right now, looking good up to the high side at 3 and 4, but that's the long way around and allows Jansen to chop away a lot of the gap between them.
Well, Reichman has not seen or heard anybody in quite a while now, so he doesn't know if Jansen's is there. I think he does now, though, as Jansen's gets to the inside, door-to-door out of corner 2.
Reichman definitely knows he's there now as he took a look to the left out of turn number 2. Brandon Jansen's down to the inside again. They work up to the outside. They're going to be wheel to wheel. It's a dead heat with 3 laps to go.
Reichman officially led that lap, but it was just by a couple hundredths of a second as John Jansen pushes him for everything he's worth. Meanwhile, Lane Zardo and Brandon Crumby are starting to reel in the top 2.
Working through this one. Wow, if Lane Zardo could come up and do something with these leaders, that would certainly be something huge here. A big story in the Ontario asphalt ranks. If Zardo could get it done here, bobbles a bit through turn 2, and that brings Crumby back to the inside.
Meanwhile, up front, John Jansen has gotten clear now of Chris Reichman as somebody got off track up there in corner 3 and 4. Dust flies, but will stay green as Jansen's now white flag in the air. His brother went to victory lane last week. John now trying to do the same.
Jansen's through the lapped cars and one of them smoking badly up in front of them. They're going to finish this one, though, as Jansen's wheels right in the tire tracks into 3 and 4.
So Jansen's heads through corner 4 the final time, and he will go to Mobile 1 victory lane. He gets the win. Second is Reichman. Third will be Brandon Crumby. Then it's Jonathan Ayrton 4th. Mark Bazine will round out the top 5. Then it's Brandon Janssens, Chris French, Gary Hodgson, Aaron Rowitsky, and Rob Hoskins to round out the top 10.
Tommy Gooch heading down to Mobile One Victory Lane to talk to tonight's winner, John Janssens, in the 66 machine. Great feature from green to checkers. Up next, we got the Cool Kids Corpac Sprint Cars, followed by the affordable towing and recovery Thunderstocks and the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Cars. Let's send it down trackside. Tommy Gooch down in Mobile One Victory Lane.
You mentioned green to checkered there, Greg. We'll have to see if that is a track record for John Janssens in the Sutton Group number 66. He gets the neck collar off. The helmet is coming off. And we'll wait for John Janssens to climb out in Mobile One Victory Lane. First time here in 2016 for John Janssens. His brother went to Victory Lane last week. And now it's John out of the car. Put your hands together for him, your feature winner here tonight in the Ministocks. Chris Reichman, second place, comes over to congratulate John Janssens. Well, your brother went to Victory Lane last week, and is that a bit of extra motivation for you?
Yeah, to be honest, he pushes me. We got a pretty good thing going here. I hate losing to him. I think he loses to me, so we push each other pretty hard out here.
Well, you two, looks like it might be between you two for the championship this year. I think you might have taken the points lead with that one here tonight. And who do you want to thank for getting you up here onto the front step of the podium?
I got to thank my family, my friends, my wife Jessica, my boy Drew. Got to thank my crew, Baggins, Spence, and Kyle, and our sponsors. Drew Simmons Real Estate. You need to buy a house in Woodstock, go see Drew Simmons. Hammond Air Conditioning. Hammond, I already said that. That's about it.
There is. That's John Janssens. Here's your hat for Victory Lane, John. There you go. And we'll head over to see Chris Reichman, second place here tonight. It looked like you had them covered there for a while, and I think you really didn't know where anybody was for a while there. Kind of got caught off guard a little bit by John Janssens, did you?
Yeah, definitely. When I crossed the start-finish line, the transponders kind of give us a heads up on who's where on the track for the top 5. And I was already in the corner before my number was showing up, so I couldn't trust that. But I did see his number pop up on the board, and I knew I was in trouble. But I had some changes this week, got some grip out of it, and it's getting better for sure. I'd like to thank Adam Marshall Remax here in Brantford. You're looking to buy and sell a house in Brantford, call Adam Marshall for sure. Check him out at marshall.ca. And also big thanks to Gail's Aftermarket Auto Parts. They're a big supporter here at the track, and you need some stuff, go see Gail. He's great.
There he is. That's Chris Reichman, second place here tonight. And we'll head over to talk to Brandon Crumby. Couple good runs in a row now. Just can't quite catch those cars in front of you, but that car was quick, especially early in this feature.
Yeah, I mean, we're finally getting this thing under us. I'm having a fantastic time. I think we have a little bit of a gearing issue, so we're going to fix that up for next weekend and try to get closer to the front.
Who do you want to thank for getting you up here on the podium?
I got to thank Amsoil Racing, California Daves, my dad, Joe, everybody that works on this car all week for me. Just fantastic job.
That's Brandon Crumby, third place here tonight. Put your hands together for all of our HRW Automotive Ministock podium finishers here tonight.
So that was not a track record for the Ministocks. Just over 6 minutes. It was 32 seconds off the best time ever.